our most prestigious institutions are failing to a degree that is actually just jaw-dropping, right? And this is, I mean,
Well,
I'll
that's
just add to
fascinating.
you. I'll just add to you one other data point here on the kind of the other side of this, which is, I'm sure you saw this at one point. I forget what month this landed in, but when we were having all of the social protests around the murder of George Floyd and the BLM protests that in certain cases devolved into riots and all of that happening on the left, there were open letters signed by literally thousands of doctors and public health professionals in support of these protests as though they posed absolutely no epidemiological concern, right? Like, this is necessary, this is good. All of the right wing protests against lockdown were murderously irresponsible, right? They had castigated the right over, gathering en masse in public. But then we had protests from the left that were aligned with, the political priors of, most people in journalism and most people in academia, which were an order of magnitude larger. And from apart from, some more mask wearing, definitely looked riskier than anything that was happening on the right. And yet there was not only silence around this, there was absolute support from public health people. And, obviously this got noticed by everyone right of center as not just an instance of black comedy level hypocrisy, but it was just a complete breakdown of a commitment to spreading valid public health information. And so people, the people who were resisting wearing masks at that point took notice and said, "All right, we can't trust anything you people say. It's all about politics. You've just proved that yet again." And you can almost hold your breath until the next moment where the worst fears and the most cynical assumptions of any one of these siloed groups of confabulists get confirmed by our institutions at this point. I mean, the most responsible people behave absolutely irresponsibly, seemingly on command. It's very hard to find a place from which to reboot and to acknowledge all of these past missteps and to say, okay, now we're going to move forward with, professionals in their right seats and with a, renewed commitment to institutional integrity and intellectual honesty and everything else that's going to become a reliable engine of progress here. It's amazing to see. I see billionaires who are as basically as cynical about anything ever getting done ever again as QAnon lunatics. So it's a very dark picture of, if we have a consensus about anything, it's that nobody knows how to move forward here. So